Oh yeah, great spot to be stuck in. I'm right on a semi-cliff here and don't have a lot of room to work in. And as you can see, the track is jammed way down. That bottom roller is not connected. The two top ones are, and the other side is fine. So I have to attempt to jack it up. So I'm gonna jack the front first, see if I can get the back semi up. I've got a bottle jack that's like 20 tons, so let's see if we can get it over enough where we can spin this track and get it on its feet so I don't have to try to pull it out of here, which would be about impossible. So here we go. Make sure you basically on the Kubota, you remove this 19 millimeter, sorry. I got my buddies out here riding. So this right here, this 19 millimeter deep socket, get that guy off. Make sure you thread it in by hand so you don't cross thread it. And then of course I've got the Ryobi here, power gun here, throwing some high temp grease back in there. That's gonna tighten this track back up. So what happened was it squeezed over here, it squeezed this guy right off the track. It pushed it over and I couldn't get it to move no matter what I did. It wouldn't fall back in line. I had it between two trees and it pushed the track over just enough to slide it off. So if you ever had that happen, you're in the middle of the woods like me, let me flip the camera around, I'll show you exactly what I did. All right, so I have my brush cutter on here. So obviously if you got an attachment on, you're gonna pick this thing up as much as you can. And then in the back, I've got two big logs underneath it. So you've kind of seen these done on YouTube before. I had it really dug in good. You can see the angle I'm at. I'll kind of zoom out. So I've got it like up there, almost all the way, the hydraulics tilted so that the track is able to move. And then on this side, here they come. So you see I got it off. So what I was doing was I was up here and I was trying to get it to back up and basically get it to get back on its track while I had it moving. So I only had one track that was working. So I put these steel track things on to kind of help me, and I kind of wedged it between these trees so it wouldn't go any further. So I had some room to work on it. So you're gonna tilt it all the way like this. I had the bottle jack initially, big 12 ton. That helped me get it up when it was completely flat. And then I put the logs, I jammed them under there. So when this thing leans back on itself, it, you can see I had the towels and everything out. Basically it's picking everything up. So it's not a fun thing. You definitely don't want it to happen. Keep these tensioned. As you can see, I got this tension, but it really, in this case, it wasn't a tensioning problem. It was just, I squeezed it between a couple of trees like this where it just fit and it pushed the track off its back wheel there. Fortunately, I had two of them. The whole track didn't fall off. Obviously, I had this front one still on and the back gear drive was still on. So just this reverse one here. So loosen this up, a whole bunch of oil will come out, and then when you're done, you're gonna refill it to tension it up. So we'll do that now. All right, this is the fun part. You'll see this tighten up, which is basically pushing this out with the grease. Here we go. Just kind of looking, making sure everything's kind of lining up, which it is. It's kind of going in the middle there where it's supposed to be. This thing is a mess and getting a nice power wash when we're done. We had some pretty mucky situation the other day. It was really pouring rain, and that's the worst time, of course, to do this, but all right, so we're on the back wheel there. I got it pretty tight. I'm gonna tension it a little bit more here. Obviously follow your factory specs, so I'm just getting this thing kind of taut and then I'll mess around with it. Certainly don't want it falling off again while trying to get it out. That's pretty good. Pretty tight back there. If you got one of these guys, that's definitely your helper for sure. All right, so we're nice and tight. We'll get this thing out. All right, we're out. That's quite the little rut we're in there. You can see how many logs and things I've thrown in there. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you, but we're back up and running. Nice and tight. We're gonna clean all this up, power wash it real good, give it a good greasing. And in case you're wondering when that beeping is, it's one of my sensors. I think when it was tipped backwards, it made it very unhappy. So we're gonna try to make it happy and go figure that out. Thanks for watching, guys.